What is your favorite memory with Farley roommates?
Probably my freshman year. My roommate and I got along really well, but we never really hung out outside of our room. One of the other dorms puts on this event called the Polar Bear Plunge, where in the middle of February you jump into a freezing lake to raise money for charity. Well, I thought this was an amazing idea. A lot of my friends were not super keen. My roommate and a couple of her friends invited me to go with them, and we had an amazing time. It was so much fun. We got a lot of awesome pictures. It was a great way to meet a group of people that I never really had hung out with before.
Me and my roommates would throw some pretty awesome parties. They weren't your typical college parties, they were much better. They were usually homework parties and dance parties, and sometimes we would even get a little crazy and throw some homework dance parties.
Last year, I lived in a quad, and one of my roommates, Farley, we decided to stay in one night. Our two other roommates were gone, and we just had a huge dance party.
You know, they started out good, we getting stuff done, being productive, but then after about an hour or two, you know, you can just feel the stress in the air, anger at our homework and stuff. That's when the dance part of the party would kick in. We put on some music, anything from Get Low to Hannah Montana, Nobody's Perfect, that stuff.
We were blasting music all night, dancing around our back room, running in circles, and it was so much fun. It was a great way for us to bond.
We'd dance it out, sing it out. We'd get people coming in from the hallway to join us once in a while, or we'd get texts from my RA being like, hey, keep it down back over there.
We didn't really know each other freshman year, and we just kind of got stuck rooming together for our sophomore year, and we ended up being like really good friends, and that was a great start to a great friendship.
I think one of my favorites was the weekend of January 16th, right after we got home from Christmas break. One of my roommates and I have the same birthday, so we got to count down our birthday with all of our friends and we had a great birthday dinner.
My favorite memory with my roommates would have to be the day of the first snowfall.
My favorite memory with a Farley roommate is when my roommate was from California. Her name's Rachel.
Sometimes in Southern California, I had never seen snow fall from the sky before.
She had not seen very much snow before in her life, and the first time it snowed on campus, we both went outside and she was so excited.
I remember I woke up both of my roommates and I made them play outside with me in the snow, building snowmen and playing snowball fights and making snow angels, and I don't even know how we spent all day in the snow.
She just kind of laughed / cried and took it all in, and it was really funny to see her so excited, and that was the last Farley moment for me.
So I have had 6 roommates in Farley, and I can't specifically mention one, otherwise the other 5 will possibly haunt me.
Probably one of my best memories with a Farley resident is with my twin sister, Emily. My favorite memories with a Farley roommate would have to be football games. This involved using my cross-country and track experience in high school to run through and weave through tons of people and gates to make front row at the sophomore section Georgia Tech football game last year. There was just so much intense excitement. I wasn't even a football fan before I came to college, but now you'll see me at the football games front row, getting there really early. It was one of the most exciting moments in my Notre Dame experience so far.
I would say that my favorite memory with Farley roommate was the one night that a few of us just went out and started hanging out in the hallway, and as the night grew on, a bunch of other Farley girls just came and sat down with us and started laughing and talking, and by the end of the night we had this huge group just sitting in the hallway having a good time together.
My favorite memory with a Farley roommate would have to be one that actually didn't even happen at Notre Dame.
My freshman year roommate Sarah Cokerton and I, we've been rooming together since freshman year, and we'll be rooming together again next year.
Towards the end of the year, 3 of my really good friends and I from Farley, we took a trip to the Indiana State dunes.
My favorite memory with her is spring break freshman year. We went skiing in Colorado at Keystone, and I hadn't skied in 5 years, but she was super patient with me, and we had a blast.
A really awesome trip, and it was just like a matter of a day, but it was like one of my favorite memories from Notre Dame.
I'd probably have to say the one time I did my roommate's hair before her dome dance. Her hair was super long and beautiful, and I got to straighten it and braid it. She looked great, in my opinion at least.
Okay, so my roommate, Monica Fallon, she's also a Welcome Weekend ambassador.
I lived with 2 girls named Melinda Davis and Sonia Gonzalez, who's also in Welcome Weekend.
We had Just Love for Joyce Mass, which is this pretty cool multicultural mass held at Dillon Hall. I definitely recommend you go once you get here. But anyways, we were walking back to Farley, and by the time we got there, we were soaked. So we came up with a great idea. We put on some rain boots and an old t-shirt, and we proceeded to spend the next hour finding the biggest puddles to jump in. It was so much fun. We were completely soaked by the time we got home.
Rooming will be so much fun. Almost all the time, your roommates work out really well. I love the rent rooming system.
One of my favorite memories has to be move-in my freshman year. It's kind of surreal because you're moving into your first room
in a college campus and you get to meet these people for the first time and you don't really know what to expect, but that's kind of the beauty of it. It's pretty neat to see it come together into something you had always hoped it would be.